This is Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination and Fortune Telling, the Magi Method. You can find the book worldwide on Amazon in both Kindle and paperback versions. You can find the full color card deck on Etsy/Magi Method. You can find us, our active Facebook group, on where else? Facebook. Today, Elon Musk came out with a statement saying that artificial intelligence is the greatest risk we face as a civilization today. Okay, and so I'm a huge fan of Elon Musk. I want to explore the idea, is unregulated AI or artificial intelligence as great a danger to humanity as Elon Musk supposes. I'm such a huge fan of Elon Musk because of the X Prize. I lived in Silicon Valley for a little while, and I learned all about all the cool NATO torpedo stuff that is going on in Silicon Valley. And Silicon Valley is really a special place. It's a cool place. But anyway, he runs the X Prize, and one of the things he's got a $10 million prize out to get us into space. For instance, okay, we as the United States, we went to the moon in 1965. How many times have we had manned missions back to the moon? 0. How come we don't have a permanent base on the moon? I don't know. How come we don't have permanent? We have one permanent orbiting space station, only occasionally occupied by very carefully selected scientists, and that's a good thing. Okay, we should have that space station, and they should be growing stuff and testing bacteria, and okay, but our government is really not doing that. They're talking about racism, they're running up the debt. Anyway, so I'm a huge fan of Elon Musk. He wants to put a permanent base on Mars, okay, and send people up to Mars. And frankly, why aren't we terraforming Mars? Because I can figure that one out. Okay, I can figure out how to terraform Mars. That's not very complicated. So anyway, I just love him. I'm a huge fan of Elon Musk. My only possible criticism of him is he is dating Amber Heard, who was Johnny Depp's wife. She broke up his 9-year, basically what was a marriage. He had several children through her. Very good relationship with his ex, Johnny Depp did. She was married to him for like 3 minutes and then tried to steal all his money. And she, I can't understand why he would be with this woman. So what if she has a nice appearance? So what? I mean, beauty is not what's on the surface. Beauty is okay. So anyway, how great a risk is artificial intelligence? Is artificial intelligence the greatest risk we face as a civilization? This is I'm just going to flip all the cards. This is a gypsy spread, 21 card gypsy spread. And essentially the way that you read a gypsy spread is the cards on top, the 7 cards on top give you, they tell you the story, and then beneath, the 2 cards beneath each card modify the cards. So the 9 of diamonds and the 8 of spades modify the high tower. It gives you depth and range to what's on top. Okay, so how big a risk is artificial intelligence to humanity? And he's a proponent of let's regulate it proactively. Okay, and I know about regulation. I worked in government for 25 years, and I worked in a regulatory agency, and I worked in enforcement. So I know about regulation. And generally, too much regulation is very bad. No regulation is very bad. So there's a happy medium. So he wants to regulate in advance. So just looking at this spread, all the bad stuff is in the past. Okay, here in the middle, this is the future. Okay, it's an odd number, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the number 4 is, this is the present situation. This is the future, this is the past. And if you look at the spread, all the bad cards are in the past. Okay, and one really bad card, the devil, is in the future. So on the face of it, I'm going to have to say that Elon Musk, of course, is right. The man is brilliant. And he's doing what our government should be doing, and we need to fire our government. Yeah, so I'm not going to get into a big political discussion. But, okay, so what do we have here? What do we have here? We have the High Tower, the Earthquake, the Incubus, Succubus, Mustard Seed, 3 Blackbirds, Cornerstone, and Sun. Very excellent card for the ending. We have very nice outcomes here. In the past, these 3 cards are quite negative. We have the High Tower, Earthquake, Incubus, Succubus. So initially, AI is a disaster for people. Okay, High Tower is business. Earthquake is a very sudden change. You're sleeping in your bed at night. You live in California near the fault line, and suddenly the earthquake comes, and in 3 minutes of shaking, everything you have is destroyed. Okay, that's an earthquake. 6s are always relational cards. They're always relationship. Okay, so this is a disaster for people. Okay, initially it can be a disaster for people. Okay, so let's drill down. We get to drill down here. What's under the 6 of spades, the Incubus, Succubus? No, 9 spades, no, and Fox. So all of a sudden, everything just stops. Everything changes, just stops. The old way stops, and a lot of people are put out of work. It's a disaster, and fence sitter, executioner, this disaster, the government, the King of Spades is very often a government official. It's a judge, it's a doctor. They have the right to change things, and no one can argue with them. They have the right to act. They don't need to consult anybody. So this disaster creates a reaction from the government, okay, which it should, and it will. This disaster of a lot of people being out of work. 9 of clubs, 9 diamonds, and scapegoat. So work, communication, a lot of people are going to complain about, this is actually a homeless person on this card. A lot of people are going to complain about being kicked out of work. Okay, so initially there's a lot of danger of people being replaced, because literally AI, these machines are going to be able to do every job, anything a human does, they're going to be able to do it. Let's look at the center, and that will initially be catastrophic for society. I mean, everything will just change overnight, and it's like a human catastrophe initially until we get our feet under ourselves. Okay, so the theme of this reading is mustard seed, hamster wheel, olive tree. Hamster wheel is the best work card. Okay, mustard seed is the smallest seed that grows into the biggest plant. Okay, so this AI, this seed, this new thing that is generating here, it's about work and rooted. It becomes rooted in our society for work. Okay, that's good. That's what we want. These are actually quite positive cards, and it gets planted and it's very solid. It becomes very deeply rooted, becomes a huge plant, really changes things. Let's look at the future here. 3 blackbirds, cornerstone, sun. Sun is a very positive card. Okay, 3 blackbirds, they're very active, they talk, they make a lot of noise. So this is kind of a working and activity card. The working and activity, cornerstone, and success. So in the future, this kind of just gets baked into society, and really, it's great for society. Initially, it's terrible. And going forward, it's great. Cornerstone is very solid. Sun is a great success card. This is an ace. Aces are beginning. The theme of this reading is an ace, a beginning rooting, beginning of success. Sun is very successful. This also reminds me of the atomic bomb, which, nuclear power. The first thing they did with it is they killed a whole bunch of people with it. And I would note that the sun knights the devil. So the only negative card going forward here is the devil. And we need to be worried about evil people. The devil is an evil person. They want to harm, they want to destroy, they're evil. So, and the devil is in the cornerstone. So the cornerstone is a positive card, the man, and then the devil. So there are malicious and evil people, as we know. There's a whole bunch of people being run over with trucks and, going into rock concerts and blowing children up. Yeah, that's a good thing. So there are just evil people in the world who intend evil things. And people will see the value of AI. The evil people will see the potential for evil in AI, just like the good people will see the potential for good. So anyway, so this activity, the use of AI, water into wine, roses, transforms our world. It is very transformative and brings us many good things. In the cornerstone, the man, we still have to be careful about the devil, about evil people in the world, and they're just baked in, and they're baked in to the equation. Although this is very positive, there's evil people. And then the sun, handcuffs, four-leaf clover. Okay, great success, work, and activity. So this changes everything. Okay, so as Elon Musk said, artificial intelligence is the greatest risk we face as a civilization. He's a strong proponent of proactively beginning to regulate now. That's a very difficult thing. I know a lot about regulation. That's very, very difficult because we cannot anticipate what will really come out. And that's why regulation and government tends to be very reactive. And there's great incentives to allow growth. Like when the internet came, they literally did not regulate it. And I was in an agency that regulates the internet. And the reason for that is they wanted the internet to take off and to become this magnificent thing that it's become. Okay, probably you've noticed the internet's not just for porn anymore. Now we have YouTube, which is a really transformative medium. I mean, ordinary people like me can make movies and create YouTubes, and wow, it's really transformative. So initially they don't regulate so much. So let's recap here. Okay, is AI a tremendous danger as Elon Musk supposes? Okay, here in its completely unregulated form, there are tremendous dangers, and mostly those dangers are to people and society. It's going to really shake up society because AI is able to do, these machines will ultimately be able to do anything a human can do. And businesses will be eager to adopt that. Nevertheless, it's going to root, and it's going to grow deep roots, and it's going to get into everything. The hamster wheel is the same thing every day, every day, every day. And 10 clubs and hamster wheel can also be a very, very long trip overseas, going to the moon, going to Mars. Okay, so once it gets planted, it's here forever, and it grows very, very deeply rooted in our society, which is good. Okay, it's a very transformative technology. So going forward, The activity of AI is transformative and brings many gifts to mankind. It really is able to change things. The foundation is solid and mostly to be used for good, but you have to watch out for the evil people. You just have to watch out. You have to audit and you have to have law enforcement. Sun, this a great success card, binding, and this activity. So overwhelmingly, it's not Terminator time. Okay, I think it's not Terminator time. According to this spread, it's not Terminator time. So the great risks to our society are in the initial stages, before people figure out what it is, when it's just starting to take off, because all the really bad cards are in the past, and it's going to really shake up society. Okay, and maybe that's not a bad thing, because I don't think society's doing so great now. I would really like to see some changes, which is how Donald Trump got elected. People are like, wow, I really want to see some change. And that's not for or against Donald Trump. That's how Brexit happened. That's how Donald Trump happened. That's why Donald Trump is president. Whether you like him or hate him, that's why he's president, because people want to see changes. So AI is going to bring enormous transformative changes, and one of the greatest transformation cards in the deck is the Eight of Hearts, Water into Wine. Water doesn't turn into wine. It completely transforms the situation through activity and brings mankind many gifts. The foundation is very strong, and it leads to tremendous success. So AI is really going to bring us up to the next level of humanity. We're going to be able to go into space. We're going to be able to finally get off of this little globe. We're going to pay attention to things that are much more important than the stupid things that people talk about now. I mean, the booger in my nose is more important than most of what is talked about all the time on the news. So that was kind of crass. I apologize. So anyway, AI is going to be a tremendous boon for society. It's going to do great things. It's not time for the Terminator to appear and destroy the world, although there are dangers associated with it. But the biggest danger is social danger. It's really going to shake up society initially. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination and Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. You can find the book worldwide on Amazon in both Kindle and paperback versions. You can find the full color card deck on Etsy/Magi Method. You can join us on Facebook.